our slow self-care yoga. I'm very happy you're here. If you have a block or a blanket, please place it underneath your sit bones. You could also use 2 blocks. If you're comfortable, have your knees straight forward. If you're not, you can crisscross your legs in front or find some way that's comfortable where your lower back can be in, and so you feel a natural lift. We're going to start with some pranayama, a breath practice. We haven't done this in a while, and it's a really good one. So first of all, we'll close our eyes and just bring your loving awareness to the flow of your natural breath. Just observe. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead. Relax any area of your body where you feel tightness or holding. And please take a couple of more longer, deeper breaths. Good. So we arrive here with our body and our breath and the gift of this moment. So we're going to practice Nadi Shodhana. And it's also known as alternate nostril breathing. So this is like our inhale and our exhale. One side is more active and one side is more passive. So we're going to even out our breaths, and we have nadis. Like this breath is called Nadi Shodhana. We have like thousands of nadis all through our bodies, these little energy points. So this breath is going to even them out and calm us down if we need calm down, or re-energize us if we need a little energy. So it goes like this. I'm going to have you just go like this with your index finger and on your thumb out like that. And place your index finger on your left side of your nostril and your right finger on the right side. So just very gently. And then re-sit tall again. Now begin inhaling up through the right side of your nostril. Big, slow inhale. Gently press off the right nostril. Exhale slowly out your left nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. And put your finger on your left. Exhale out your right. So you're making like a horseshoe with your breath. So we'll do it again together. Inhale through the right nostril. Gently close it off. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Gently close it. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close it. Exhale through your left. Continue just like this, evening your breath. Do one more cycle. And end with an exhale on your right nostril. And then release your hand down to your thigh. And reconnect with your breath through both nostrils. And gently open your eyes. Take your arms straight out in front of you. Spread your fingers and take them all the way up. Stretch up, up, up. Our breath is our most powerful healing modality we have. It's good to know how to explore and use it for whatever we want in any given moment. Hook your thumbs together and squeeze your arms closer together and then shimmy, see if you can get a little more space in your torso. Stretch up, up, up. Exhale your arms all the way down. And then take your hands back behind you, hold your hands, and draw your shoulders way back. Lift your heart up. This should feel really good as our life is oriented in front of us and we're often rounding our shoulders, looking down at what we're doing. So this just reverses it. Lift your heart up. Exhale, release. And then stretch up again. Hook your thumbs the opposite way. And imagine space between each little vertebrae, stretching up, up, up. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Get lots of space, make your spine nice and healthy. Get the blood flow in there, creating resilience. And then exhale your arms down behind your back. Hold your hands again behind your back, the non-dominant way. Pull your shoulders back. And this quote I'm going to share with you again. It's just so good. As you draw your shoulders back and open your heart. A grateful mind is a great mind that attracts to itself eventually greatness. That quote is from Plato, 2,500 years ago. Exhale, release your arms down. Okay. Please come to all fours. Set your block or blanket to the side. Come to all fours. And we're going to do some cat and cows, initiating it from your tailbone. On your exhale, start rounding your lower back, then your upper back, then tuck your chin all the way in. Inhale, arch your lower back, then your middle, then your upper. and gaze up. Keep your head up as you start rounding your lower back, middle back, upper back. Now tuck your chin all the way. Keep your chin tucked, start arching at the lower back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Yoga for a healthy back. And then tuck your tailbone, round your lumbar, round your thoracic, now round your cervical spine. One more time, arch your lumbar, your thoracic, and then even look up. And now take your knees apart, touch your big toes together, press your hips way back. Lengthen your arms, reach out right in front of you. Press the front of your mat away. Come up on your fingertips. Press your hips way back. Nice big stretch in your lower back, your whole spine. And come on up to all fours. And tuck your left toes and stretch your left foot back on your mat. And then pulse a little forward and then pulse back through your left heel. Give your foot a nice stretch and your left calf. Lean back as good as it feels. Just keep going while it feels good. And now wherever you are, release it a little and then stretch it back again. Back through your left heel. It should feel really good on your tight calf muscles. And then forward and back again. And then you can set your left knee down, rest the top of your left foot down, tuck your right toes and stretch it way back. Lean back, stretch out through your right heel. Oh, that should feel really good. And then lean forward and back. Forward. Pulse back. Keep breathing. Nice and slow. Nice and smoothly. One more time. Release that stretch. And then stretch again. Lengthen those calf muscles. Good. Set your right knee down. Tuck your toes and lift up your knees, lift up your hips for one of our favorite poses. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So scoot your feet back, lift your hips up. Scoot your feet back so your heels are up just a little bit off the earth. So you have a place, you have room to stretch. And then bend one leg and stretch the straight leg heel closer to the earth. And then alternate. And then stretch both thighs back evenly. Bend your knees, walk your feet partway up your mat, and walk your hands partway back your mat. Heel toe your feet over to the edges of your mat. Let your head hang here and take your arms up, clasp your hands, and reach your hands to the ceiling. Take a couple of breaths here. Giving yourself a good neck and shoulder stretch. Make sure your face is relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. And of course, you can bend your knees a little bit. And of course, modify any pose so it's appropriate for you, so it feels good. And release your hands down to the earth. And then take your arms back up and hold your hands the other way. And then shrug your shoulders away from your ears. Let your head hang. I have a private client. I have a few private clients. I have one who's 85 years old, and I have him doing something similar to this, an inversion, regularly. Oh, he impresses me so much. So good for our brain, our memory. And I'll bring your hands to your hips. Draw your shoulder blades on your back with stronger legs and a firm belly. Inhale yourself up. Draw your shoulders back. And give yourself a moment to reorient to gravity. Come to equilibrium again. And then when you're ready, bring your feet together or hip width distance, face alongside your mat so you can see me. And take your right arm way out and stretch it in front of you. And take the other arm in front to just give yourself an extra deep shoulder stretch. And now release it. Stretch your left arm out in front of you and then flick the right arm in front. And gently encourage a deeper stretch with your opposite arm on it. And then release it. And then take it back out again. Right arm in front of you, left arm on the upper side of your arm. And now reach your right arm all the way up and take your hand, the palm to the back of your neck. Slide your left hand up your arm towards the elbow. Yeah. Slide your right hand down your neck as far as it'll go comfortably. Draw both shoulders back and breathe. And have a hint of a smile if it feels good. And then stretch your left arm out in front. Again, cross it over. And then straight up. And bend it. And again. Draw both shoulders back. Lengthen straight up to the top of your head. And release your arms all the way down. Okay, so make sure your legs are parallel. We're going to inhale up, reach our arms up to the sky and firm our belly. So inhale, reach up, come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your arms and lower your heels. We'll do this 5 times, 4 more. Inhale up. Go as high on your tippy toes as you can. Exhale down. Inhale up. Firm your belly. Exhale down. Inhale. Reach high. Exhale. Last time. Right on up. Exhale your arms down. Okay. Now roll to the outsides of your feet. You should feel a nice stretch in your outer feet, your outer arches, ankles, shins. And now come through center, roll to the inner edges of your feet. spread your toes. Really press down through the inner edges of your feet. Squeeze your kneecaps and stretch tall while you're doing this. And then shift back to the outside edges of your feet. Keep our ankles strong and flexible for when we roll over a little rock, it bounces right back. Resilient ankles, flexible ankles, mobile. Shins, feet. And then roll to the inside. Inside edges of your feet, spread your toes. Good. One more time to the outside edges. If you like these kinds of feet exercises, I have a 15-minute class already up on YouTube for feet and ankles. And then roll to the inside. Yeah, spread your toes. 26 bones at each feet and over 100 tendons and ligaments and connective tissues. And keep them strong and healthy. Good, come through center. That feels good. Take a wide stance and turn your left foot out. Knee over your ankle. It's another familiar pose, Virabhadrasana 2. Evenly distribute your weight through your back foot, back leg, as much as your front foot and front leg. Open your chest wide. Take a peek back at the back arm. You not look at the opposite one. And then see if it's straight. It's not hanging like that. And then turn back over your front hand. Soften your gaze as though you're looking at someone who you love so dearly. Turn your front palm up, back hand to your back leg, reach up, and we'll reverse. Come back up. Lower your arms, push your front leg straight. And then spin on your heel. We'll turn out to the right again. Right foot out, 90 degrees. Knee stacks right over your ankle for good alignment. Stretch your arms out. If you want, take a peek back and see what that arm behind you is doing. Soften your face and your gaze. Turn your front palm up, back hand to your back leg, and we reverse. And come back up. Lower your arms, push your front leg straight. And then come back, spin on your right heel, heel toe your feet together. Now we're going to do a nice hip and hamstring stretch. It's called Parsvottanasana. If you have a block, please get a block. There's going to be options for this pose. So step your left foot back about a foot or a foot and a half. And keep your legs parallel here. Set the left block and set the block down where your left foot would be. Square your hips. Tack your hips way back. Push your legs into your mat. Hinge at your hips and lengthen yourself really long. Hug your hips together. Inhale, come up. This is a tricky pose, right? It seems like it should be easy, but I know it's challenging. So just play with it, explore, push your legs straight, hug your hips together. So that's one option with your hands here on your hips. The next option is take your left arm straight up. Exhale, take your hips back, lengthen, 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 lengthen. And you can brush your fingertips down on the block. Hug your hips together. Push your legs into the mat. Inhale, come back up. And lower your arm. We'll do it again. Square your hips. Firm your kneecaps. Hinge with both hands on your hips only part way, or reach long with your left arm and then hinge. And stay with your torso parallel or keep going. Yogi's choice. Inhale up. One more time. Hips back. Exhale yourself long, long through your torso. Hug your hips together. Inhale, come on up. And lower your arms. Step your right foot back. That's a nice big hamstring stretch. And then you can move your block over if you're using a block, low, medium, or high, or maybe you've got really long arms or long hamstrings and you don't need a block. So we've got nice mixed level here. It's great. Square your hips. Push your feet down into the earth. Hinge your hips way back like you're trying to push something back with your hips. Lengthen your spine long. And then push your legs down, come back up. And then the next option is to reach long through your right arm. Hinge. And keep lengthening your spine either way. Pause or keep going. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lengthen. Press through your legs as you come up. One more time. Reach, hinge at your hips. And then press through your legs as you come back up. And lower your arm down. Step your front foot back. Very good. Okay. And set the block to the side now. Okay. So we're going to practice tree pose. I'm in amongst the trees. Maybe you have a favorite tree you can think about. Root through your right leg. Let your left leg fall out. And now you can put your heel on your ankle and just practice like that, or put it on your calf, or you can pick it up even higher and put it on your inner thigh. Anywhere, ankle, calf, not on your knee. Yeah. If you put your hands on your hips, that seems like the easiest way to balance because you're reminding yourself to root through your standing leg as you lift up through each vertebrae, straight up to the top of your head. Shoulders back. You can stay here or bring your hands in front of your heart. You could also reach up through your arms, up through your fingers. Lift up through your heart, whichever variation you have of your arms. Reach up through your heart. And then slowly lower your arm down and your left leg down. It's a very strengthening pose, balancing poses. You can feel your leg muscles getting strong. It also strengthens the back because it recruits new muscles, different muscles. So check your left foot all the way down, firm your left kneecap, let your right leg just fall out, and then place your foot. You take it where it's good for you for today. Hands on your hip is a good place to start to root through your legs as you lift up through your heart. or hands here in prayer pose. Or stretch your arms way up. This is called Vrikshasana, tree pose. The Sanskrit name. My training, I learned all Sanskrit names, never to be confused with names that different styles of yoga tend to can make up. Come on down, release. Okay, shake your legs out. Shake them out. And then come up on your right tippy toes, just right in front of you. And we're just gonna swing your leg and your hip side to side. Just bring some movement in there that's out of your normal everyday movements. Loosen the synovial fluids, bringing lots of good blood circulation there. Good for your knee to move it like this, and good for your hips to move it like this. Good, let's go to the other leg. Come up on your left tippy toes, and then just move your knee in and out. And then set your left foot down. Okay. And go ahead and take your feet a little bit further apart. And we're all going to prepare for a yogi's dance class. Just kidding. We're just going to do some big hip circles. That would actually be quite fun. We could have David lead us. There's other people who are joining in who I'm sure love to dance too, myself included. So this is the same thing for our hips. We really got to keep the circulation moving in different ways than when we're bicycling or walking or swimming. So many of the physical activities that we do, the hips are moving the same way, the legs are moving the same way. So this is just really, really good. And now go ahead, reverse it. Take it the other way. You can stretch your hips out as much as feels good. Excellent. And then come on through seven. Okay. Eagle pose, Garandasana. Stand with your legs parallel. Bend both knees. Tack your hips back. And come to your right tippy toes and cross your right leg over your left. And you can set your right tippy toes down on the outside of your left foot. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze your hips together. Now stretch your arms all the way out. Open your chest. And now wrap your left arm under your right. You can pick up your right foot if you'd like. And then sit a little lower. As we build strength and stamina, balance. Unwrap your arms, unwrap your legs. Good. Just shake your legs out a little minute here. Thank goodness we have two legs. A grateful mind. Bend your knees, take your hips back, cross your left leg over, and you can set your tippy toes down on the outside of your right tippy toes. Squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your hips together. Open your chest. Wrap your right arm under your left once or twice. And then you can pick up your left tippy toes if you want. Maybe you can wrap that foot around again. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. You can still live happily ever after. Unwrap your arms and unwrap your leg. Good. So we'll give it a go. One more time. Eagle pose. Just move yourself, give yourself a little time for your body to assimilate that. And we'll do it again. Bend both legs. Hips back. Pick up your right leg, cross it over. You can keep your tippy toes down there if you're not in the mood for balancing. Open your arms really wide. And then wrap your left under your right. And then pick up your right foot if possible. Squeeze yourself together side to side as you move down through your legs and lift up to the top of your head. And open your eagle arms. Unwrap your leg. Fantastic. One more time on the other side. Last time. Bend your knees. Cross your left leg over. You can pause with it down or wrap it right on up. Sink low. Open your arms. Yep. And right arm under your left. Elbows up. See if you can sink a little lower. And then unwrap your eagle arms and unwrap your leg. Okay. So walk on up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees, take your hips back, and then hinge at your hips. Hinge, 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 and touch the floor. Step your left leg back, left knee down. Right leg back, right knee down. And then come to sitting. And if you'd like, you could sit up on your blanket and take your sit bones back and apart. And now float your arms, draw your shoulders back, and turn over to the right. Turn as much as you can. Even turn your gaze out over to the right. And once you've turned as much as you can, put your left hand down the outside of your right knee, right fingertips down behind your sacrum, and see, you'll likely be able to turn a little more. Use your inhale to lengthen and your exhale to turn from your belly. Lift up your hands, float your arms, your torso all the way over, and now use your abdominal muscles to turn as much as you can. And then when you've satisfied, you've turned as much as you can with your abdominal muscles, then right hand down the outside of your left knee, left fingertips behind your sacrum, lengthen straight up to the top of your head, and turn a little bit more. Float your arms, come through center, all the way over. Twist and shout, turn, turn, turn. And then use your arms again. It's so wonderful that we have a yoga practice to really keep our bodies, our minds healthy, grateful. Float your arms and go all the way over to the other side. So nice to be able to do so many things to keep ourselves healthy. Using our breath, our awareness, loving ourselves. Inhale through center. Okay. Keep your hips anchoring back, fingertips down in front of you. Lengthen your spine straight out in front. Walk yourself up. Tack your hips back as you lengthen through your spine. Should be feeling a nice stretch in your hips. And now walk yourself up. And now twist out over your left knee and hinge at your hips and walk yourself out again. Reach your arms, reach your torso out over your left knee. You probably feel your right hip wanting to come up and go with you. See if you can tack it back to get a deeper stretch. Those are big, strong hip muscles you have there. They can take it. They love it. And walk your fingertips on up, walk your torso up. And we'll go to the other side. Reach your torso up over your right knee. Come on up. And then take both legs straight out in front of you. This is called Paschimottanasana. And then you're going to have your fingertips right by your sacrum. Push your fingertips down to lengthen through your spine. Help you, and that'll help you get your lower back in and up and draw your shoulders back. Spread your toes. Tack your thighs down. You can stay right here like this, drawing your shoulders back, lengthening straight up through your spine, through your head, with your thighs rooting down. Or if you'd like, you can use your fingertips behind you to help you stretch your torso straight out over your legs. And then at some point, you can hold on to your thighs, your calves, your ankles, or your feet. This is a very calming pose. On your inhale, lengthen through your spine. On your exhale, tack your thighs down. Forward folds are more calming to the system, as opposed to back bends that are more heart openers. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Your body is your most intimate friend and ally in good times and challenging times. And your body never fails in its loyalty to you. Root through your legs as you start walking yourself back up your legs. Good. And then bend your legs, turn around, lay down on your mat. And if you have 2 blocks, please have them handy. I'm going to show you a nice restorative pose to do after. Get your blocks handy. And for now, lay down. Stretch your left leg long on your mat. Pick your right leg up. Hold on to the back of your hamstring with both hands. Now lift your chest up. Lift your chest up, lift your head up, and you can walk your hands up to your calf. This is very good for your back, for your spinal column. Spread your toes. Lift your chest up, lift your head up. And then release that leg and lower it back down to the mat. Lower your head down. Inhale your left leg up. Hold on to the back of the hamstring at first. Now lift up your head and your chest and bring your hands higher up your leg, your calf or your ankle. And tack your right thigh down and your right heel down. Look up to your toes. And release. Stretch your left leg long. Set your head down. Squeeze your legs together. And interlace your fingers and stretch your palms out overhead. And point your feet. Now flex your feet. And point. And flex. And now bend your right leg and hug your right shin all the way in. Squeeze it in. What's your right foot doing? You can have it pointing or you can have it flexed. Just be aware so it's doing something. Yoga really grows our awareness about our parts of our body. They layer on the awareness. It's really fun. And now stretch your right leg long on your mat. Tack your right heel down, right side down. And inhale your left leg up. Hold your shin in. Squeeze it all the way in. Squeeze it in. And then stretch it long. And bend both knees in. Squeeze both shins in. Lift up your chest, lift up your head. Activate your feet. Point them or flex them or floint them. Flointing, somewhere in between pointing and flexing. Lift your head up. Squeeze yourself in like a little beetle bug. A roly-poly bug. If you have a compost pile, you know about those probably. And then release your feet down, release your head down. Stretch your legs long again and arms out overhead. Place your palms together, stretch both directions. And bring your arms down on your side. Pick up your left leg, left foot, and roll your left hip all the way over to the right. Stretch your left shoulder the opposite way. Reach out, 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 out. And look out over your left shoulder. And your right hand needs something to do, right? You put your right hand on your hip or your knee. just to give you a little more juice in the stretch. And then inhale your knee up and take that leg long. Pick up your right leg, roll your right hip over your left hip, set your right knee down on the floor, and stretch out over to the right with your right arm. Left hand on your thigh or knee. Look out over to the right. Reach, reach, reach. And then bring your arm down and your knee up. And then roll to the side to sit up. So I'm going to show you this wonderful restorative pose if you have blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can roll your mat, a nice firm blanket up and lay your spine down on the blanket. That's a really nice thing to do with your hips right here. Otherwise, put one block down as your pillow high, put the other block pretty close to it on the medium level. And now bring your torso up close, lower your arms. And you want to have this block right between your shoulder blades, your thoracic spine. That's the part of our spine that's the most stiff. And then reach back for your block, the other block, and rest your head down on your block. And let your arms fall open. You can keep your legs bent, or you can take them, just let them fall out. This pose is meant to be very relaxing. So again, if it feels right, it's in the right spot. If it doesn't feel right, it's not. The tendency is for people to put this block down too far down towards their kidneys. You want to have it really up by your upper back, your thoracic spine. Once you're settled in, close your eyes. And with each exhale, let your body more deeply relax. With each exhale, let your body sink into the earth. Take a few longer, deeper breaths. And slowly bend one leg, set the foot down, then the other. If you're on your blocks, bring your arms close to your torso, press your forearms down, tuck your chin in, and lift up with your heart. And then otherwise roll to your right side, and slowly bring yourself up to a seated pose. Take a big inhale. Slow exhale. Thank you for joining me in your self-care yoga practice. I hope you feel lots better. And the better it feels, the better it gets. The better it gets, the better it feels. Namaste.